The project is about 40% of what we do in a day, and so that makes most of your time is spent with fellow Atlas students in a more casual working environment, just throwing ideas off of each other and learning from each other. When you're in a project room, you have someone who's very socially minded and someone who's very technically minded, someone who's from different countries, and that makes their opinions different.
If I get a very challenging problem, then I sometimes can focus on it if I find it very interesting. But it really helps for me to get the perspective of different students on that same problem. Because challenging perspectives and talking to people on that problem and discussing things, that's what I'm good at, that's what I thrive in. And then once I'm there, I can take up a task and just do it.
The way in which we train the students is that they develop the confidence that they can handle complex problems, not by knowing it all themselves, but by their capacity of learning what they need to learn about the topic. So they develop the confidence because they get overwhelmed. So they start with a problem and they think, oh, well, I'm going to solve that. And then they experience that there's so much about and so many specializations, and that they can never deal with it all. And so they need to develop strategies to deal with that.
You've really got to strip down the problem as far as it can go, because every time we think we've got the basic problem that we're working on, there's always a solution in our mind that we've already got, like a preconceived idea, and that causes trouble later on, because what your project is based on what the original problem is. But if you don't get it to the very, very basic problem, then you don't always come up with the best solution. So I think no matter how many times we've had to do that, each time you've got to think again and again whether that's really as fundamental as the problem is.
In the beginning, I wasn't very experienced with project work, with working in larger teams. You had done it in school, maybe small presentation, but I didn't really know what my preferred team role is, and I don't think any of us knew. So we started off just doing something random. People just said, yeah, I might like to be the team leader, or I might like to be responsible for presenting our idea to others, so more the communication part.
Within each project group, it's very much a team environment. There's not competition among each other because we're all working for one common goal, so everyone wants to help each other so that by the end, by the project assessment, we have something great that we can turn in that we really worked on as a team.
We're not all the same, but we have a similar drive to solve problems or just push ourselves harder in the way we work.
Between the project groups, as in one group and another group, in the beginning of the year, we did kind of compete against each other, but we quickly realized that was the wrong way to do it, and it really did not work out. Like we were kind of stingy with our materials, and we didn't want to share with the other groups or tell them about resources.
And so when you get this group of people together who are similar in the way they're driven, but they have such different perspectives and different ways of thinking, then the amount I've learned from the other people around me has just been enormous because of that. Yeah, I would never have guessed how much I learned from my housemates and my course mates. It's just unbelievable. To get used to it is difficult, but once you get into it, I think the amount you learn is so much more.